Oh my gosh, we don't shut up.
And Emily and I have we have these moments where
staring. You just stare.
Literally we've done it for 5 minutes.
Justin Baldoni just secured a win in court after the judge denied Blake Lively's request for a gag order. Yep, you heard that right. Baldoni can keep dropping receipts, and this legal battle is only getting hotter. This is one of the most anticipated celebrity lawsuits in the last few weeks, with both sides throwing serious accusations, Hollywood careers on the line, and a $400 million counter lawsuit in play. And after what happened on Monday, we might finally have some clues about who's gaining the upper hand, but not just yet. This is actually just the beginning. So, what really happened in court? Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this case. Because trust me, this drama is just getting started. Alright, let's talk about the courtroom drama that just kicked off. Monday, February 3rd, the first big legal showdown in the It Ends With Us battle. On one side, Blake Lively's attorney, Michael Gottlieb. On the other, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman. And trust me, these two did not come to play. Now, you'd think with all this legal firepower in the room, Lively and Baldoni would be front and center, right? Nope. Both were completely MIA. But that didn't stop their lawyers from going at it. For nearly 2 hours, the courtroom turned into a verbal boxing match, with each side accusing the other of launching brutal media attacks against their client. So, how did we even get here? Back in December, Lively dropped a legal bombshell, suing Baldoni for sexual harassment and what she described as severe emotional distress. She claimed he and his PR team waged a full-on smear campaign, using texts and other communications to wreck her public image. The New York Times was the first to break the story, and not long after, Lively took things even further, filing a full-fledged lawsuit in New York, making sure her allegations had some serious legal weight. But Baldoni wasn't about to just sit there and take it. He clapped back hard, filing a $400 million counter lawsuit, not just against Lively but also against her husband, Ryan Reynolds. According to Baldoni, the couple hijacked the entire production and marketing of It Ends With Us, manipulating the media to ruin his career. And just when you thought this legal battle couldn't get any wilder, Baldoni's lawsuit comes in swinging. He's not just denying Lively's claims, he's saying she used him as a scapegoat to cover up her own reputation issues. According to his lawsuit, Lively allegedly pulled the ultimate power move, using her celebrity status and deep pockets to hijack creative control of It Ends With Us, all while shifting blame onto Baldoni. But Baldoni and the studio say they didn't want to take this to court. They claim Lively left them with no choice. The lawsuit even goes as far as saying they had to fight back, not just to clear Baldoni's name, but to call it the Hollywood tactics they say they've spent their careers avoiding. Lively's camp then fired back immediately. Her legal team, big names like Manette, Phelps and Phillips, and Wilkie Farr and Gallagher, accused Baldoni of using a Darvo strategy. Now, if you're wondering what that means, it's a psychological tactic. Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. Basically, Lively's lawyers are saying Baldoni is flipping the story, making himself look like the victim while blaming her for everything. But Baldoni wasn't done. His team took things next level by dropping an entire website filled with receipts. Yep, they made this legal fight public with documents, text messages, and emails, all tied to the It Ends With Us drama. The site even includes the first amended complaint from Baldoni's $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit against Lively and Ryan Reynolds, which was officially filed on January 31st. And here's where things get even messier. The timeline of evidence spans 5 years. It kicks off with a 2019 email to Colleen Hoover, the author of It Ends With Us, and ends on January 29, 2024, right after the New York Times published their report. So at this point, the question isn't if this battle will get uglier, it's how much uglier. And this is actually how. Baldoni's updated complaint claims that Ryan Reynolds bullied him on the set of Deadpool and Wolverine. Yep, this lawsuit isn't just about It Ends With Us anymore, it's crossing over into the superhero universe. This latest twist came right before Monday's pre-trial hearing, where neither Baldoni nor Lively showed up. Instead, their lawyers took center stage in a New York courtroom, with Judge Louis Lyman laying down some ground rules. He warned both sides, keep the drama out of the press or risk having the trial moved up. But behind all the legal jargon, both sides are claiming major damage. Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, didn't hold back, telling the judge that his clients, including his Wayfarer Studios co-founders, are devastated financially and emotionally. According to Friedman, Baldoni has lost hundreds of millions of dollars and 3 major jobs since Lively's lawsuit dropped in December. And one of the biggest casualties? The live-action Pac-Man movie Baldoni was developing with Wayfarer Studios. Now, Pac-Man hasn't officially been canceled yet, but sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that the project is now in limbo and might get pushed to a later date. On this other side, Lively's team had been pushing hard for a gag order to silence Baldoni's legal squad, claiming their so-called retaliation campaign had been devastating for her. Her attorney, Michael Gottlieb, didn't mince words, saying, "You're not supposed to launch attacks on the other party's character." But Judge Louis Lyman wasn't convinced. He denied the gag order request, handing Baldoni a big legal win. That said, the judge wasn't letting either side off the hook completely. He made it crystal clear if they keep playing this battle out in the press, he has the power to move up the trial, which is currently locked in for March 2026. And with how things are heating up, that deadline might be coming a lot sooner. Lively's legal team are putting their energy into the next phase. Attorneys Gottlieb and Ezra Hudson told Page Six they were pleased with the result of the hearing and are ready to move forward immediately with the discovery process. Basically, they want to start digging deeper and gathering evidence ASAP, but Gottlieb wasn't done stirring the pot. He called out Baldoni's team over their now infamous website, the one filled with documents, texts, and emails tied to the case. He grilled Friedman, demanding to know who was behind it and who was funding it. But that's not all. Lively's team also just announced that by February 14th, they'll be filing an amended complaint with even more allegations and additional defendants. And with so many big names caught up in this legal drama and the serious nature of the allegations, Judge Louis Lyman isn't taking any chances. He told both sides they need to agree to a protective order, which in legal language is basically a rulebook that limits actions to prevent further harm or threats. Well, what does that even mean? This case is already messy, and the judge wants to make sure it doesn't spiral even further. But this battle isn't just about the law. It's about power, perception, and control. Baldoni wasn't just Lively's co-star, he was the director of It Ends With Us, which means he held authority over her on set. And when lawsuits like this hit Hollywood, it's not just about what happens in court, it's about who controls the narrative. So, let's ask the big question, who's winning the PR war? Right now, it looks like Baldoni is playing offense. He's been everywhere, dropping receipts online, including emails, texts, and even a 2 a.m. voice memo, all in an effort to prove his innocence. His message is that Lively's accusations don't hold up. And based on what's been made public so far, some are already seeing her as the aggressor. But here's the thing. Lively isn't just a Hollywood star, she's Blake Lively, married to Ryan Reynolds, one of the most bankable names in the industry. Let's be honest, this lawsuit isn't going to tank her career, or his. Meanwhile, Baldoni is already feeling the heat. That said, Monday's hearing was a win for Baldoni. The judge denied Lively's request for a gag order. That means his team is free to keep dropping more evidence, and if the past few weeks are anything to go by, we can expect even bigger bombshells to come. So, what happens now? Will Baldoni's reputation take a permanent hit? Or will he come out of this proving that he didn't harass Lively the way she claimed? At this point, his career might still be in serious jeopardy, but if he walks away with his name cleared, that might be enough for him. But with this trial not happening until March 2026, we've got one question left. How much worse is this going to get before it even begins? But when the dust settles, who do you think will come out on top? Baldoni or Lively? Let us know in the comments, because this showdown is far from over. And if you want to stay ahead of every update, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be covering everything as it unfolds. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.